Is Ansari from Miss Logics. Today is week third of DYK season 2 and it's time for our third modeling tip. We all know that when we run an import with an Anaplan, the system or Anaplan generates the certain artifacts in the backend. Meaning, when we run an import, Anaplan automatically generates the source object and the source labels and the target object, etc. All these type of uh, artifacts that we see in this on the screen, right? Now, what are these artifacts? So these artifacts tell us what is the source of the import and what is the target of that import. If you look at these different columns, you see source label, which is editable in format, source object, source type, target object, and target type. So these artifacts basically tell us a lot about where the import has come from. In this import, for example, the source label it has come from training model. So if you basically want to understand what is this, so it means that it has come from the training model. The name of the model is training model, and there is a slash, forward slash, and then we have the DAT1143 source module. So the name of the source module itself is DAT1143 source module, and then there is a dot, and after the dot, this is the saved view within that source module. So this saved view of this module of this model has been used to generate this import, right? And in the source object, you do not get to see the model name. All you get to see is the name of the module and then the saved view, right? And then you have the source type. Ideally it should always be saved view. It should not be your list, or it should not be a default view of your module. So it should always be saved view, but it can be list as well as the module. There could be three possible combinations here. And then the target object it could be list, it could be module, right? Here in this case, it is DAT1143 target module, which is the module in this case. We're not touching this production data. That probably will cover in another discussion. So these artifacts get generated in the back end. Now, why are these artifacts so important? Now, these artifacts do help model builders in one, debugging the issue as far as the import is concerned, or they also help in model optimization, meaning when model builders or solution architects or master planners want to optimize the model as far as the space is concerned, so they want to delete unwanted or obsolete modules. This is really helpful because in certain cases, Anaplan will not let you delete the modules if the module has been used as a source object or the target object in an import, and that import has been used in the process. So this really helps in certain in certain scenarios, right? All this information, and then the source label is the basis of creating the import data source. So you see the source label training model is hard code here, and then you see that has been captured as import data source as well. Now, today's tip is what happens when you change the name of the module after you create this action. So in this case, the name of the module is the source module is DAT1143 source module, right? So that is the name of the module. So what happens if we change the name of the module? So what happens to these pieces? So if you go back to the modules and I want to change the name of the 1143 source module to, let's say, cost centers. So I'm going to change the name of the module from DAT1143 source module to DAT1143 cost centers. Now go back to actions. Now see, nothing happened in these two places. So it still shows DAT1143 source module, and this one still shows DAT1143 source module. So it does not get auto updated when you change the name of the module. That means it is out of sync. So when you try to think of debugging the issue. So if you try to debug, let's say, this import action, and say if you want to see where it is coming from, you will see, oh, okay, my source object is D801143 source module, but if you go to modules, you will not find 1143 source module as a module. Then you'll be perplexed and confused. Where is my source module? The issue is that Anaplan does not auto update these artifacts in the backend. Now, how do we rectify it? How do we make sure that it's it gets updated, right? Now, for that to happen, so what we can do is we take the source label, okay? We copy this and we go to the import data source and we find it. In this case, there is only one, so it is going to basically, it is the only one that we have in the system right now. So we have this source import data source. Now what we need to do is we need to click on edit. Once we click on edit, and then it is automatically going to that particular site view. You do not have to do anything. All you have to do is select. Okay, just put select, or just click on select and go back to the imports, and you will see the source object has been updated from D801143 source module to D801143 cost centers. But it still does not update the source label. And then if you wish to update your source label manually, then you will have to go here and change it from D801143 source module to cost center now. But it still updates the source object, which helps you, helps you in debugging the issue in the backend, and helps you, find the right module when you try to fix the import action. So that's how you update the source object as far as the imports are concerned. So that marks the end of our tip 3. Hope that helps. Thank you so much.